Pat O'Brien, welcome back to Matter of Fact. The 2020 Paralympic Games are coming to a close in Tokyo this weekend. Athletes from more than 160 countries have inspired the world with their strength and adaptability. 37 years ago, at the age of 19, Alpine skier Bonnie St. John became the first African-American to medal at the Paralympics, winning a silver and 2 bronze medals. But her story doesn't end on the slopes. After graduating from Harvard, she went on to become a Rhodes Scholar, a Fortune 500 executive, and an advisor to the White House. NBC named her one of its 5 most inspiring women in America. Our correspondent, Julia Sun, got the chance to meet Bonnie at her home in upstate New York to talk about sports, determination, and resilience.
Immens stark auch in den Eisschiebebewerben.
When the U.S. delegation marched into the arena at the 1984 Paralympic Games in Innsbruck, Austria, nobody, including Bonnie St. John, guessed that she was about to make sports history.
I'm hitting the red and the blue poles. I get to where I can see the finish line and I think I've made it, I've won the gold, and that's when I hit the ice. And I tried to hold on to my edge with one leg and I fell in the snow. I was so disappointed. I thought it's over. But my training was always to finish. I grabbed my equipment, I got over the finish line, and when the dust cleared, I was still in 3rd place. I got to stand on the winner's podium, my mother sobbing in the snow.
And in that moment, Bonnie realized how far she'd come from her childhood in San Diego.
I was born with one leg shorter than the other, and I had a brace on my leg, and the other kids would tease me. When I went to the hospital to get my leg amputated at 5, I thought, is my life going to be better now?
How did you become a skier? Was it a hobby? Was it something you liked doing to pass time, or you always wanted to become an Olympian?
Skiing was not the go-to sport for kids in San Diego, but I got invited to go skiing with a high school friend. And I think it was really cool. You know, she's white, I'm black, she has 2 legs, and yet she looked at her one-legged black friend from the wrong side of the tracks and said, hey, let's go skiing.
What was the moment you said to yourself, oh, that changed my life, and now I want to do it professionally?
Because I had to find the special equipment and find some instruction about how does a one-legged person ski, I connected with other amputees that skied, and they all raced. At that time, anyone could go to the races.
So I saw a picture on your wall. It says, normal is overrated.
The whole quote is, normal is overrated, aim higher. I never got to be normal. I wasn't like other kids, but I got to do exciting things, to go to college, to travel the world, to ski in the Paralympics.
These days, Bonnie hopes to motivate people as a mentor at her executive coaching company, Blue Circle Leadership, and through her writing. Her latest book, Micro Resilience, is about small ways to bounce back.
Paralympics really teaches us to be resilient. These are athletes with all kinds of disabilities. Half the time the equipment wasn't designed for your body. We learn to be resilient, to be innovative, to be able to make it work against the odds.
One method Bonnie uses is what she calls a first aid kit for your attitude.
Little things that help remind you of your strengths and pivot your attitude around. So it could be thank you notes from clients. It could be pictures of your children. One person I know has bottles of sand from different vacations they've been on.
That's actually fascinating.
She's like, I'm going to try it.
Quick sand. Little souvenirs, anything, any little objects.
Or quotes, inspiring quotes, but having a go-to place that's your first aid kit for your attitude.
In her own kit, there's a note from her mother that says, cherish yourself.
Let's say 100 years from now, some researcher is looking you up. What is the one thing you wish he or she sees first?
I hope that they see that I broke through barriers and changed expectations, but then also pulled people behind me who wanted to do that for themselves. If the one-legged black girl from San Diego with no money and no snow can make it to become an international skier, you know, what can you do that maybe you thought you couldn't do?
For Matter of Fact, I'm Julia Sun in upstate New York.